I am Sean Still, and I am here once again to help you reduce the suck. All right, we're going to continue in our video series around incorporating ourselves as Scrum Masters into new or existing teams and coming up with a plan to support that activity. And as I mentioned in the previous video, we talked about why it's important, all right? It's important because we're trying to build a cohesive team. So as a Scrum Master coming into a team, if it's a new team, I want to start building team cohesion and having a plan as part of that. If I am going into an existing team, I want to maintain the team cohesion that they already have, and then further build upon it. And again, the plan that we're developing helps support both of those activities, all right? So now let's just jump straight into the plan. This part of the plan is really kind of what I call the homework phase or the interview phase. Doesn't matter what you call it, it's still the same thing. But what you need to do is you need to go out there and start talking to people, okay? You want to focus on three things, okay? The first is you want to talk to the person who is responsible for assembling the team. Why are we putting the team together? What's its charter? What's it expected to work on? What problems is it going to solve? What's it going to be responsible for? These are important things to understand so that we can begin to paint a picture of the environment we are getting ourselves into. Because if we understand the environment that we're getting ourselves into, then we can understand how to act instead of react. So the next thing we want to do is we then want to understand the team members that we're going to end up having to work with. Are these team members coming from other places within the company? Are they internal team members already? If they are, we want to start asking about them. Okay, what's their history like? Have they been on some challenging projects? Have they been a part of successful projects? All right, how do they get along with their current team? Are they seasoned people? Are they junior people? We want to understand what each of these people are bringing to the table. We want to understand what it's going to be like to work with them. Now, it's really important, I got to say this right out of the gate because this should never be lost, is even if a person has had struggles, once they come onto this project with this team, they get a clean slate. Because everyone deserves that. The project deserves it, the team deserves it, and the individual deserves it. So it is important to understand the type of person you're going to be working with, but don't let that bias you in any way. Let it serve as information that helps you make decisions as you see things. For instance, if a person has been on some challenging projects, they may be a little gun shy to take risks. All right? So understanding that person's background understands some of the behaviors you might see out of them. But again, keep that bias in check because they deserve a fresh start, whether they've had a good history or maybe an unfortunate history. The other part of it is if maybe the team members are new to the company, then okay, where are these team members coming from? Are they coming from local? Are they coming from other parts of the country? Are they coming from other countries? or even other continents. It's important to understand these things. Are the people that we are hiring, again, are they junior people? Are they senior people? What kind of background do they have? Are they going to be full-time team members? Are they going to be contractors? Okay, all of these things are important to understand because it paints that picture of what your team is going to be like. All right, and again, how it informs you on how you should act, again, instead of reacting. All right, and lastly, you want to understand the company. Okay, does the company have a habit of periodically taking teams, blowing them up, and then reassembling all the pieces? Some companies do. Does this particular company go through periodic layoffs? Again, important to understand. If they're bringing in contractors, what's the length of that contract? And what do the options look like? These are things that help paint the picture. And then again, from the company standpoint, what other teams are we going to have to work with out there? What other teams might we have dependencies on? And how do I need to interact with those teams if I do have dependencies and I need to work with them? What do their processes look like? Or their frameworks look like? All of these things are critical to understand because it helps us to be in a position where we can act instead of react. And all of this stuff that we learn becomes feeders into our 30, 60, 90, and post 90-day plans. All right? So get out there, have some conversations, talk to people, find out what the environment you're going to be working within and the people that you're going to be working with. All right? So, again, love to see you in the next video. And we're going to be talking about the 30-day plan. All right? Until then, take care. Bye.